America became known as the land of the free, which must have come as a surprise to all the slaves.
We are going to be checking out Philomena Cunk on American Part 1. This is our first video actually to her, and let's get right into today's reaction.
Ask a medieval peasant where America was and you'd get a blank look, or worse still, the plague. Colombo thought that if he sailed off the edge of the map, he'd reappear.
Europe.
Wait, she said you get the black look
or the plague.
or the plague.
Okay.
On the other side, like Pac-Man. At first, the European colonists found life in the New World hard. Luckily, some Native Americans taught them how to grow corn and where to fish. In exchange, the colonists introduced the Native Americans to smallpox. After arriving in America to forge a life of honest hard work and toil, many of these colonists quickly discovered they couldn't be arsed. So they stole people from Africa and made them do it instead. What started?
That was good. But actually, I wouldn't actually say they stole. They actually brought people from Africa. Because our leader was actually terrible at the moment.
This is hard.
At a certain time, right, it was actually being stolen.
Stolen?
Yes.
Yeah, they were stealing humans.
They were stealing humans, you know.
Yeah, they weren't buying it.
Then, until they came to a conclusion with the then African leaders, you know. To
Even when they were buying,
even when they
people
were
were
buying,
still stealing,
yes.
kidnapping and taking.
That was dark.
That was that.
That's been nice.
The tension between the British and the Americans? Was it because you say cookies and we say biscuits, and you say sidewalk and we say pavement? Because I find in a relationship it's those little things that start to grate after a while. So when the people in Boston got angry with the British, why did they just hold a prissy tea party instead of having a proper fight like British men would?
Would you voluntarily, when you didn't have to, go to jail?
It depends what facilities they had, I think. 76, the leaders of the 13 colonies decided that they didn't want to be called British anymore, but Americans. This straight white supergroup known as the Founding Fathers drafted the most famous breakup text in history, the Declaration of Independence. Had invented camouflage yet. The British troops of the time wore bright red coats and were consequently shot in their thousands while looking amazing. George Washington crossing the Delaware River. As you can see, he had to stand up for the whole journey because he hadn't reserved a seat. He didn't fall in, but he also didn't help with the rowing.
Oh my God. Let's continue.
This is 1 minute, but the 1 minute is just crazy.
There's continuation to it.
You have to stand up with the whole journey.
Yeah.
Because they made reservation. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Eventually, Washington won, becoming America's first president, the single most revered role in the world, until 2016. I read somewhere that America isn't just a country, but an idea. But it is just a country, isn't it? Having a sandwich, that's an idea. Painting your bicycle blue, that's an idea. Going, that's an idea. America is just a place.
That was sarcastic. Really sarcastic.
They believed in something called manifest destiny, the belief that all the land belonged to them, and that God wanted them to go west and claim it back from the Native Americans he put there first by mistake. Manifesting your destiny was...
God wanted them to go west to claim it back.
That's what they
Native
believe.
American that God gave by mistake. That was dark.
Like, that's what they believe.
dangerous.
I'm just actually hearing that now.
Yes.
I just heard it
Yes.
You're just processing it right
now. I'm
now.
processing it.
That's heavy.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
You had to trundle across a perilous landscape in a rickety wagon on the brink of starvation or shitting yourself to death with dysentery, getting bitten by snakes or butchered by Apaches, almost as if God didn't want them to do this after all. But Americans back then weren't the humble, unassuming people they still aren't today. It's hard to imagine a world where Edison didn't invent the light bulb, and even if you did imagine it, it would be too dark to see what was in it. So we had daylight during the day and we had candles at night.
Yes.
So we didn't need light bulbs. His life's work was meaningless. That must have been a real moment the first time someone realised a plane needed a toilet. That's more impressive than the Wright brothers. use of firearms is an integral part of their national identity. How come Americans have the right to kill anyone they want with a gun?
Well, they don't. Murder is illegal in the United States, but they do have the right to own weapons.
They have the right to bear arms.
Correct.
But bears don't have arms.
They do, actually.
Oh, do they? I thought they were legs.
Well, I'm not a biologist, but I suppose that when they stand up, they're probably armed.
Take it back a bit. I didn't get that part very well.
You're like, they have the right to bear arms.
Yes.
She was now like, bear, like, I thought bear had legs, not arms.
Oh, okay.
They're talking about birds.
So bear.
Bear.
The animal.
Yeah. Sometimes
were like-
it goes out of
Yeah,
context.
so
Yeah.
when she went out, I didn't get that part. Like, she left me there.
Correct.
But bears don't have arms.
They do, actually.
Oh, do they? I
Yes.
thought they were legs.
Well, I'm not a biologist, but I suppose that when they stand up, they're probably arms.
With its cowboys, guns and steam train rides, America became known as the land of the free, which must have come as a surprise to all the slaves.
Damn.
Damn, this lady,
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
she's so intelligent.
Damn.
Talk about direct.
Yes.
Hard about the subject. The people of the northern states made a horrifying discovery that inside each slave was an actual human person. Abraham Lincoln was shot in the theatre box.
What were they thinking it was? They discovered that each slave was an actual human person. How is that a discovery?
Inside each slave, inside it.
Not even the
was
outer
was an
body.
actual person.
So that's crazy.
I have seen sarcasm, but this is another level.
Level.
Obviously.
This is a mixture of dark humor and sarcasm.
This
Mixed
is
together.
another level completely.
Wasn't he? Where is that on the body?
Oh, I think
And why was he shot? Was it because he wouldn't take his hat off? Because that's quite annoying in the theatre, isn't it, when someone's in front of you with a hat on?
well, he was in the press.
How did being shot in the head affect Lincoln's ability to lead?
Well, it ended it because he died about 12 hours after he was shot.
So he couldn't carry on.
He couldn't. No, not as a corpse, unfortunately.
Lincoln's light may have been snuffed.
I'm afraid.
Why don't bicycles have toilets? You know, it would save you having to get off. I might write that down and copyright it. Even without a toilet, the Wright brothers' historic flight changed transportation forever in ways that still aren't fully understood. The Wright brothers did the first proper flight over 100 years ago. How come we're still not any closer to working out how aeroplanes actually work? That's your theory. Do you want to hear my theory?
Okay.
I think they run on belief. It's just because we believe planes can fly that they do. So the media has to keep up the pretense, or they're just going to start dropping out of the sky. Same with Wi-Fi. There's no way that's real. We just have to go along with this pantomime. The Civil War tore America apart, didn't it? Brother turned on brother. Did anyone get so conflicted they turned on them? But Abraham Lincoln's story didn't have a happy ending. 5 days after the North won, a terrible fate befell him. He was forced to go to the theatre to watch a play. He was put out of his misery by a kindly gunman, but cruelly, not until the third act.
I think the third act had something to do with gun control and everything. I don't know. Maybe let me just check what the third act is. For you guys, this lady is too intellectual.
I think the first time I encountered this lady was someone showed her to me. There's somebody that's actually obsessed with her, and the first few videos I saw of her, I couldn't breathe. I was in shock all through because her sarcasm is top notch, and the thing she's spilling out, like, how did you think of this thing?
Exactly.
Actually, she just went down through history and like looked for loopholes and just say something about it.
And she actually gets people thinking.
Yeah,
Like, because
actually.
most things she said, you just, like, really, like when she said that they wanted to take the land God wants to give to them because
Yes.
God mistakenly gave it to
The
them.
wrong people.
I mean, you just have to reason for a moment.
The one that got me bad was when the slave discovered that America is the land of free.
And when she said the slave, they found they discovered that slaves are
Actually,
actually
the person
Yes.
inside, like, come on, talk about sarcasm on a whole different
Level.
I'm
level.
telling you.
This is crazy, you guys. Let us know what you think about this down in the comment section. This is our first time actually. She has seen Philomena
Clips,
before,
yeah.
but this is actually our first time encountering her, and we must say she's very, intelligent, and we are really impressed. Let us know what you think about this. Do not forget to like, subscribe. Bye, guys.